This TFMR podcast is brought to you by your friends at JM Bullion. Visit jmbullion.com for all your gold and silver bullion needs. Hello again from TF Metals Report, and welcome to your weekly podcast highlights. Again, this is a free service here on YouTube and all your different audio platforms. And this is just a small part of our daily podcast we offer for subscribers every day. It's only $15 a month to join TF Metals Report. Hey, give yourself a gift this holiday season and join TFMR. There's no place like it on the internet, and you will not be disappointed with what you find there from the analysis, but really from the community. Check us out, tfmetalsreport.com. As the week began, we noticed that the dollar index was falling sharply, but on Monday the 20th, so was COMEX silver. Of course, option expiration for COMEX contracts. The front month December is on Monday, the 27th of November, and really anything's possible when you get close to option expiration. That was all part of what we talked about back on Monday, the 20th. To the dollar and then to silver right behind it. Dollar breaking down again today, like I said, down 50 cents, down a full point over the last 2 days, and closing below its 200-day moving average for the first time since the middle of August. Clearly now has rolled over and is trending lower. Next support, and it'll bounce, don't get me wrong. Maybe 103 if it doesn't try to bounce back above the 200-day tomorrow. Below there, the next leg down after maybe a flag will be 102. Okay? But you would think, wow, with the dollar rolling over, below its 50-day and now below its 200-day, look at silver. Also down today and also back below its 200-day. Make sense of it. But again, you can make sense of it out of the 17.1 million reasons for silver to be down today. Holding 23.50 for now, probably won't. Again, I think it'll probably settle right around here a week from today. Okay? And then, let's see what happens in December. Tuesday the 21st brought some nice price action to both COMEX gold and COMEX silver. So, of course, there's lots of things to discuss in a daily podcast, but we're always going to keep track of gold and silver first and foremost. Back on Tuesday, we looked closely at the daily charts of each, and here's some of what we discussed that day. Gold, big rally today. And this is a pretty constructive chart. Again, bouncing from its 50-day last week, getting up and above its 200-day last Thursday, clinging and holding the 200-day of support Friday and yesterday, and now surging today. And closing the COMEX session at 2001 or so and north of 2000. Now, we did that about 2005, that day back in late October. But then you got to go all the way back to July to find a close in the December contract north of 2000. So this looks really good. Again, the key area, I gave you this last week, is this congestion zone marked in purple between 2020 and 2040. Get above there, and okay, it's on. I still think this is going to be kind of challenging, especially for the next week, if not into early December. But this is the area that we're going to want to work at all through the month of December. Silver, again, nice chart. Nice bounce today. Back above its 200-day moving average. Okay? Not much, not substantially above, given the wasting on the Globex this afternoon, but nonetheless, right at, again, its trend line. Candlesticks, that's 3 out of the last 4 days with candle wicks, not only above the trend line, but above 24, only be reversed. Again, I couldn't make this, couldn't be more obvious to you. The math involved, the money involved regarding option expiration day. Again, all hell could break loose. God knows what's going to happen. Maybe they just won't have any choice. And silver just going to rally. You know how this could happen. But everything else being equal, there ain't no way they're going to allow silver over 24 on Monday. It could go over 24 today. It could go over 24 tomorrow. It could be over 24 even on Friday. But at Monday's close, anyway, you can see that in action on that chart. Wednesday, November 22nd was an interesting day. It was the day before kind of a midweek U.S. market holiday. So we didn't know what to expect, especially for the mining shares. We like to track the mining shares through a proxy called the GDX. That's the big gold mining ETF. It's a good way to look to see if the shares in this sector are moving up or down in general. So we watch that chart, and that chart looks pretty compelling, looks pretty interesting. And again, that was all part of what we discussed on Wednesday, the 22nd. And finally, let's wrap up with something happy and positive that isn't really impacted by all the COMEX shenanigans related to the December contracts. And that's the GDX as a proxy for the mining sector. Look at this beautiful thing. And I showed you yesterday, the double bottom back in February and March, and the rally and the island reversal and all of that stuff. Just look at this now, okay? Back to the double top from April and May. Look at your trend line, okay? Finally got above it in the middle of October, riding it backwards as support, right? You know how that works. Break the resistance, come back down, test it as support, ride the line. You get this island reversal below the line. And now going up, and now even, like I said, up slightly today, up 4 cents, even though the metals are down. This looks beautiful. Now, again, it may just dick around here. Again, wouldn't surprise me with tax loss selling. If we spend the next 3 weeks, it's between 28, 50, and 30. But then I think we charge into the end of the year. And if I'm right, we'll finish north of 30, north of the 200-day. We'll be ready for a January rally to 33 and a first quarter rally to 36. All right? Again, Thursday the 23rd was a market holiday in the U.S., and oftentimes on market holidays, we like to have a podcast with our old friend, Jim Willie, the golden jackass himself. Always interesting, whatever Jim wants to talk about when we get together. That is a free podcast. And if you want to listen, just go to tfmetallsreport.com. The link is right there on the home page above the fold. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, as you're traveling, driving, flying, whatever, Jim Willie never disappoints. That link is right there on the TFMR homepage. I encourage you to check it out. Friday. And holiday shortened session in the New York Stock Exchange, but a full session on the COMEX. And for the first time since early May, the front month contract, which right now is still the December until next week, that front month contract in COMEX Gold actually finished north of $2,000 an ounce. 3 attempts back in October, couldn't get it done. But today we wrapped up at 2003. So for what that's worth, that looks pretty nice. Now, heading into Monday, watch out. We got option expiration on that December contract on Monday. There is a wall of calls that will expire in the money if gold closes north of 2,000. An even bigger, more expensive wall at $24 in silver. So we shall see. Silver wrapped up the week at $24.38. It's going to take a pretty good pullback to get it under 24 again on Monday, but don't put it past those bankers. So we'll get through Monday. The December contracts will go off the board then on Wednesday. We got a whole bunch of economic data to come. A lot of interesting stuff next week. So be on the lookout for some volatility, but at least as we wrap up this week and go into the weekend, we've got front month December gold at 2003. We'll take it. Thank you and have a great weekend from all of us here at TF Metals Report. We'll talk to you again next week.